my channel Learn, Grow and Rise. If you are a subscriber, you know that we have completed one lesson of class 9th ICSE chemistry, that is the language of chemistry. Now it is time to practice this topic by solving few questions. The questions I have taken here based on various concepts. So while solving the questions, you can understand the concept clearly and also you can develop a problem solving approach. So do not delay to subscribe my channel to know tips to solve the questions in your board exam. So let's start. The tips to solve the board exam paper. You know that it is a high scoring subject. It requires lesser time for the preparation. Then what are the tricks to prepare this subject? Read the question paper minimum twice. Underline the part you need to solve or write. For balancing, use the pencil, then after solving, write it with the pen. Try to write the keywords only. Do the rough work very neatly. So let's practice. The first question is based on the fill in the blanks. The question number 1 is, a molecule of an element or a compound is represented by its formula. The valency of two elements of a binary compound are transferred to obtain its formula. Symbol represents dash atoms of an element. Symbol represents gram atoms of an element. Sodium chloride has two radicals. Sodium is dash radical while chloride is a dash radical. Sodium is your positive radical, or you can say it is a basic radical, while chloride is a negative radical, or you can say acidic radical. Valency of iron in FeCl2 is dash and in FeCl3 it is dash. You know that iron is a variable valency. Iron possesses variable valency. So while forming the FeCl2, you can see clearly that FeCl2, the valency of the iron is here +2 and the valency of your iron in FeCl3 is your +3. So let's write all the answer. The molecule of a compound or a molecule of an element or a compound is represented by its formula. The valency of the element of its binary compound are transposed to obtain its formula. Symbol represents dash atoms of an element. Symbol represents the gram atoms of an element. Sodium chloride has a two radical. Sodium is a positive radical, or you can say it is a basic radical. And your chloride is a negative radical. Or you can say it is the acidic radical. Is it clear, children? Now let us practice the second question. The question is that sodium chloride reacts with silver nitrate to produce silver chloride and sodium nitrate. This is the data given to you. What you need to find out? You need to find out, write the equation. So you will write the equation for it. Check whether the equation is balanced or not. Find the weights of the reactant and products. State the law which the equation is satisfied. So you need to state the law. Okay, now let us practice it. So the first question is that you need to write the equation. What is the equation you can write? The equation is your NaCl plus AgNO3 plus AgNO3 will give you AgCl plus Na NO3. Clear, children? Now you need to check that whether the equation is balanced or not. You can see one sodium here, one sodium here, sodium is balanced. Chloride, one chloride in the LHS side, one chloride in the RHS side, so chloride is also balanced. One silver atom in LHS side, one silver atom in RHS side, so it is also balanced. One nitrogen atom in LHS side, one nitrogen atom in RHS side, so that is also balanced. Now three oxygen atom in LHS side and three oxygen atom in RHS side, so it is also balanced. Now what is the bit C? Find the weight of the reactant and the product. So to find the weight of the reactant, we need to write the atomic weight of the each element. So sodium atomic weight is 23 plus chloride is your 35.5. So you will get the value is your 58.5. So it is 58.5. Silver is 108 plus nitrogen is 14 plus 3 oxygen is your 48. 16 into 3 is 48 is equal to 170. Now in silver chloride, silver is your 108 plus chloride is your 35.5. You will get 143.5. Sodium nitrate, it is 23 plus 14 plus 48. So you will get the value is your 200. Sorry, the value is you will get 85. So if you will, this is 85. So if you will add the 58.5 plus 170, the total weight of your LHS, if you will write the total weight of your LHS, that is that you will get, let me rub it. So total weight of LHS, that is your 58.5 plus 170 you will get plus 170 you will get the value is your 228.5. That is the total weight of the LHS. Now let us find out the total weight of the RHS. The total weight of the RHS is, again you will find out that is your 143.5 plus 85. You will get that is 228.5. So the total weight of the LHS is equal to total weight of the RHS here. So total weight of the reactant is equal to total weight of the product. Now state the law which the equation is satisfied. The total weight of the reactant is total weight of the product. That is stated by the law. The name of the law is your law of conservation of mass. So but here you can see, children, you need to state the law. No need to, so if you will only write the name of the law, you may lose your mark. Is it clear, children? So what you will do, you will write the name of the law as well as you need to state the statement of the law of conservation of mass. So how can you write the answer of the question number D? You can write the answer of the question number D in this way. The law is your, you will first write the law. The law is, the name of the law is, that is law of conservation, law of conservation of, let me write it clearly, that is your law of conservation of mass. What is the statement, children? If only you will write the law is your law of conservation of mass, you may lose your mark. So you need to write the statement because the question is that state the law. The law is that your total weight, the law states that the total weight of reactant is equal to total weight of product. Okay, reactants is equal to total weight of the products. So that's why I have told you, children, please read the question thoroughly and underline what is asked in the question, so you will not do the mistake. Now calculate the molecular mass of the following. The first is your copper sulfate .5 water. So let us write the atomic weight of each element present in the molecule. Copper, that is your 63.5, plus sulfur is your 32, plus 4 oxygen, 4 into 16, that is your 64, plus 5 water. So 5 into water is your 2 plus 16. So what is the total weight you will get? You will get 249.5. This is the molecular weight of your copper sulfate .5 water. Now let us check what is the molecular weight of your ammonium carbonate. The ammonium carbonate is it consists of 2 nitrogen. So weight of 2 nitrogen atom is 14 into 2, that is 28, plus 4 into 2, that is 8 atom of hydrogen, 8 into 1, that is 8, plus carbon is 12, plus 3 into 16, that is 48. So the total weight is your 96. Now the next question, name and state the law. Name, you need to name and state the law which is kept in mind while balancing a chemical equation. The name of the law is your law of conservation of mass, and statement already we have written, so you can check that. The next question is that balance the equation and find the value of A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D are the stoichiometric coefficient that is already given here. So let us write the equation we can get during solving the question. I have suggested please use the pencil first while solving it, and after the solving you can check it, and after checking you write your final answer. So what the equation you will get? You will get the equation like this. You will get 3A equal to, to solve the A, question number A, you will get the equation 3A is equal to C. You will get after that 4A equal to D. You will get B equal to 2D, and you will get B equal to 2C plus 2E. After solving you can see the A comes maximum time. So please take let A equal to 1, and after taking the value of A equal to 1, while solving all the equation you will get the value of the C equal to 3. You will get the value of D equal to 4. You will get the value of B equal to 8, and you will get the value of E equal to 1. Is it clear? A equal to 1. You will get C equal to 3. You will get D equal to 4. You will get B equal to 8, and you will get E equal to 1. So after solving it, you may write the balance equation. Okay, so what is the balance equation, children? See, you need to balance the equation, you need to write the balance equation, and also you need to write the value of the A, B, C, D, E. So I have written already the value of the A, B, C, D. Now let's me write the balance equation by using the stoichiometric coefficient value I have already got here. What is the equation I can get? I'll get the equation is the Pb3O4 plus I'll get 8 HCl will give me 3 PbCl2 plus 4 water plus I'll get chlorine. Is it clear, children? So this is the balance the equation and you can find the value of the ABCD. Now let us solve the bit 2. While solving the bit 2, you will get the equations are, let me rub it. So what the equation you will get here, children? You will get the equation that is A equal to E. Another equation you will get B equal to 2D plus 3E. You will get another equation B equal to C. You will get another equation 3B is equal to 2C plus D plus 4E. Then what is the value of the A, B, C, D you will get after solving the equation? You can see B comes maximum time. So let's take the value of the B equal to 1. And after using the value of the B is 1, you will get the value of C equal to 1, the value of E equal to 1 by 5. You will get the value of A equal to 1 by 5 and you will get the value of D equal to 1 by 5. Is it clear, children? But you need to write the balance equation again. So now let us write the balance equation here. The balance equation you can write. Let me drop this. The balance equation is, that is P plus 5HNO3 will give you 5NO2 plus water plus H3PO4. Is it clear, children? So this is the way you can approach the question and you can get your answer. Please do the rough work very neatly so that there is a very less chance of doing the mistakes. So hope that all of you enjoy my video. So do not forget to like, comment and share and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon for more updates.